Thank you. Thank you for joining me this morning. We're all really happy to have you joining us this weekend, and I'm thrilled to be kickstarting the seminar programme. The title of this session is quite broad, and that's because we will cover off quite a few topics ranging from consumer trends to footfall and ultimately to our industry. We will be looking at the next few months and beyond. And my aim is that you'll be able to take away one or two things back to your business to help you in the peak trading period. I'm sure many of you will agree it has been a turbulent 6 months. We're all being challenged with increasing costs, and both consumers and businesses are eagerly awaiting to see how the new Labour government will impact the wider economy and, of course, themselves. Looking at this from a consumer aspect, and to put these calls into perspective, August 2023 was minus 25, and the latest figures we're seeing are some of the highest we've seen for 3 years. Personal forecasted finances have fluctuated slightly, from 0 in January to +7 in May, +4 in June, before dropping off in July and climbing back up again in August. Consumers are still feeling the effects of a higher cost environment, and it's dependent on whether households can absorb these increases. Experts suggest that the strong expectations for personal finances in the coming year are potentially due to cuts in mortgage rates. From a footfall perspective, overall footfall is generally lower than 2023. Again, the experts suggest that a lot of this is potentially due to a general change in retail and a migration to online spend. The horrendous wet weather we experienced between January and April, numerous rail disruptions, and of course, more recently, the riots have all affected consumers coming out. High streets, however, have remained resilient, with some strong monthly footfall year on year. Key calendar dates such as half-term, Easter, Mother's Day, all positively impacting the figures. Alongside this, big national events such as the Euros, the Olympics, and for the Swifties in the room, Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, which is estimated to have brought £1 billion to the UK economy. We also polled CMJ retailers to see how they're performing year on year, with 69% of retailers saying that July 24 was better than July 23. So turning our attention now to the months ahead. The last time Christmas fell on a Wednesday was 2019. Following months of decline in spend, it was reported to be one of the worst peaks for retail on record due to a mix of Brexit uncertainty, poor weather, leading to a weakened demand for the festive period. We're yet to see many Christmas spend predictions, but most demographics are anticipating to spend the same on gifting for Christmas this year as they did last year. The CMJ's poll for Christmas trading in 2023 was an average transaction value of 366, which is actually £10 higher than the general retail reported by Mintel of 356. With September 16th marking 100 days to Christmas, are you ready? A recent report from MRI stated that generally retail isn't ready. Of the 700 stores they polled, 77% were yet to plan for the peak trading period. Now, we can't talk peak trading period without talking about the one day that's known for kickstarting Christmas shopping for many, being Black Friday and Cyber Monday. A US phenomenon, the Friday after Thanksgiving, known for its special deals and huge discounts, but is it worth the hype? Sales in the UK for Black Friday increased 7% year on year, an estimated £13 billion. A positive experience during Black Friday can increase repeat custom, with 84% of consumers agreeing. Not only an online event, last year 44% of consumers bought their Black Friday deals in store. And with many feeling the pinch on non-essential items, 52% of consumers rely on promotions, especially for Christmas gifting. Now, I thought it would be beneficial to share some tactics around the multiples leading up to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So what you can see here are the weeks from September through to December, and the multiples online sale quantity. For weeks 35, 36, and 37 is the standard online sale quantity for the multiples. What you can see for Ernest Jones and H. Samuels is they increase their sale at the end of September right through to October. For F. Hines and Goldsmiths, they increase slightly throughout October. All multiples will heavily promote these mid-season sales before pulling right back ahead of Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And actually, Goldsmiths will decrease their sale quantity lower than their average online sale. The week before Black Friday, they'll launch a preview sale to their subscribers before launching the sale on Black Friday itself. With Warren James and Fraser Hart being the only multiples to not increase their online sale, it'll be interesting to see how this pans out this year. Most of the multiples will offer a 50% off for a good 2-week period with additional discounts for the final days. And I've also included some screenshots there of additional discounts with 15% off and a buy one, get one half price for F. Hines and a 30% and 60% for H. Samuels and Ernest Jones. So what are some of the behavioural drivers behind making a purchase for Black Friday and Cyber Monday? It's ultimately FOMO. So FOMO isn't just an acronym. It is a shopping philosophy, a fear of missing out. We're convinced that everybody else is getting a great deal apart from us. While it's true that customers shopping on Black Friday are looking for unbeatable deals, that doesn't just mean slash prices. You are able to get involved within Black Friday without having to slash your prices if you decide that's not the right direction for your business. So let's just take a look at some of the ways that you can get involved. Gift with purchase. Consider offering a low stock piece or a gift card. A gift card over a certain amount can be a great way. It can be a win-win. Your customer will either return, most likely with an upsell. Capital One research suggests that 61% of customers spend on average £30 more than the gift card value. Or you'll gain a new customer if that gift card is re-gifted. Services, consider offering free in-store services. It's a great way to get involved with the event. Competitions, either in-store or online. And shipping. If you have an online store, you could offer free shipping for a limited period on online orders over a certain amount, and it's a great way to secure a new customer and to avoid cart abandonment. The average age of a Black Friday consumer is 35 to 44. However, there is a new kid on the block. 84% of Gen Z consumers say that Black Friday are great value, and they spend on average £176 during the event. So I'd just like to take a closer look at this demographic. A recent report specifically looking at the jewellery industry states that growth in the past 2 years has been predominantly driven by increases rather than volume. So further increases might not be well received, and a potential way to counteract this might be to focus on the Gen Z consumer. Born between 96 and 2010, and aged between 14 and 28, the Gen Z's identity has been shaped by the digital age, shifting financial landscapes, and of course, the pandemic. This generation is known as the digital natives, the first generation to grow up with the internet as part of their everyday life, from working, shopping, dating, and making friends online. TikTok rules trends, feelings, and cultures for this demographic, and they make up 60% of TikTok's 1 billion plus users. Being digitally savvy, this cohort is more likely to purchase gifts this peak season through social media, with 42% saying they intend to do so, versus 26% of millennials. Those targeting Gen Z may perform better this Black Friday. A recent VisualSoft report suggests they're planning to spend more than they did last year, versus just 1 in 2 of different demographics. The Gen Z demographic is ever increasing in spending power. Those at the top end of the group are working, earning, and potentially getting married. Understanding where and how they shop will be crucial for the longevity of your business. So with lower inflation than last year, and hopes that the new Labour government will make the right choices to help both consumer and businesses, improvements in consumer confidence, but fluctuating overall footfall, let's look to our industry to see where the opportunities could lie going into peak season. Bearing in mind that over 30% of consumers purchased gifts in our sector for Christmas last year. According to GfK's latest data, the watch industry sees a value decline of -4.9% and a volume decline of -11% year on year. And much of this can be attributed to the failure to introduce the VAT rebate. With watches priced over 500 -4.5% and those under 500 -7.7%. Ladies' watches have fared slightly better. Watches priced over 500 have grown 0.6% versus watches under 500, a decline of -6.3%. Gents' watches, however, are minus for both price points. Interestingly, Statista predicts that the UK watch market could generate revenues of £2 billion in 2024, with 68% of sales attributed to the non-luxury category. So it will be interesting to see how this plays out in the coming months. On the right-hand side of the screen, I've highlighted some brands which are worth noting from GfK's dataset in terms of both volume and value. Between 0 to 200, Rotary, Citizen and Hugo Boss are all performing well. Those 200 to 800, both Citizen and Seiko are strong contenders. Those of you who are Gucci stockists, this brand is also performing well in terms of volume and value, from 400 right up to 1500. And with Longines, another strong brand in the 800 to 1500 price bracket. With GQ magazine listing Citizen, Orient Star, Timex, Seiko, Herbelin and Bulliver as some of the best watches for Christmas this year, there's plenty of opportunity this peak. Or if you're on the lookout for something new, do check out some of our new guest supplies this weekend. With winter typically bringing higher necklines, we see a return of the longer chain, worn both subtly or with a statement pendant. Layering will still be popular as we move into autumn and winter, but rather than being seen with the dainty chains that we saw in the warmer months, the chunkier the better. Starting at choker length, with base chains such as curb, snake, herringbone, all be an essential part of this aesthetic. Hoops will continue to have their moments in the spotlight, but with a twist, quite literally, as the sculptural design of the twisted tube adds an extra flair for the festive season. Other earrings popular for autumn-winter are the 80s-inspired button stud, and it wouldn't be festive without a statement drop. Jewellery is and will always be a way of self-expression. Therefore, anything personalised, including charms, motifs, name-inspired, and more recently, the jumbo initial, will continue through autumn, winter and beyond. With lifestyle magazines promoting their top gifts, featuring brands such as Abbott Lion, Missouri, Missoma, retailers can ensure to stay on the minds of their customers by also ensuring they feature some of their best gift pieces. Personalisation via brands such as Nomination, Code by Edge, Hot Diamonds, Anya Hay, and many more make a perfect example of this. Now on to fine jewellery. Referred to as the statement era in fine jewellery, from unique gemstone shapes to nature and animal-inspired jewellery, to modernised pearl pieces. Rappaport's reported that the global pearl market was valued at $2.7 billion in 2021, reaching $11.8 billion in 2023, and is projected to reach a whopping $31.9 billion by 2032. Pearl jewellery continues to have its moment. With modern twists on the classic, it's a staple for everyone. Looking at the diamond jewellery, it's a tale of two. The value ranges are perfect for those looking to enter into the market without the heavy price tag. And those who want more ice, tennis bracelets and necklaces continue to be popular amongst consumers, and what's expected to trend is a combination of diamond cuts. Continuing with the diamond themed, and with December being one of the most popular months globally for proposals, costing anywhere up to 3 months' salary, I'm sure you'll be closely monitoring your diamond sales from this month especially. Consumers are more familiar with lab-grown diamonds, and the onus is on the industry to educate them between the difference of those and naturals. We're all too aware of those declining. Sorry, we're also aware of the declining costs, and it's estimated that the bridal market will recover over the coming years. With De Beers and Signet Group collaborating on a natural diamond campaign, they aim to kickstart this recovery by reigniting consumer demand. JCK reported good interest in natural round 1 to 2 G to J SI stones, also Milays and 25-point SIs, after this grading was heavily impacted by the lab-grown sector last year. They also note that elongated cushions with a retail price between 3 to 5k are returning. Expected trends for bridal also include silhouettes such as the elongated oval. Emerald cuts will continue to be a popular choice, but potentially in lab-grown due to its open facets. Coloured stones are the perfect way to express oneself. Recent celebrity proposal from Matt Healy, singer of band 1975, to model Gabriette demonstrate this perfectly, with a large central faceted black diamond. This year, blue and green and everything in between have been popular, and more recently, the yellow sapphires rise in demand. In terms of material, with gold, the price where it is, platinum may be the material of choice for many popping the question. So before we wrap up, I'd just like to share our top tips to help driving footfall into store this Christmas. Organising an in-store event, such as a shopping night or a product exclusive. The use of social media to promote special offers, competitions or giveaway, where entrants need to either come into store to enter or to claim their prize. Jill's the expert here. Be sure to catch her seminar tomorrow at 10:30 on how to increase seasonal window for the wow factor, which ultimately will lead to more sales. Partnering with other businesses, it enables you to cross-promotion, to spread the word and to encourage more footfall. And for those extra touches, such as gift wrapping, a glass of something Christmassy, or festive music, all leads to lasting memories. And let's face it, that is what our industry is all about. So in summary, after a turbulent start, there are positive signs as we head into the second half. There's a wait-and-see mentality from consumers around how the Labour government will impact the wider economy. Forecasted personal finances for the next 12 months looks better. And we know that more confident householders are more likely to spend despite financial pressures. Although being challenged from many factors, the high street does remain resilient. However, in 2023, there were 7 storms between September and December. There were also rail strikes, which obviously affected footfall. So it's important to have a multifaceted approach to ensure a successful golden quarter. We know from the insights that key calendar dates help to drive footfall and sales, so consider getting involved in these, anything from Buy British Day to Small Business Saturday to Black Friday, in some capacity. Just give it a try. Businesses that embrace the Gen Z consumer can tap into a new demographic, digitally savvy, seeking self-expression in a world where they're readily inspired. They look for value, but also connection. Retailers have the ability to make a new consumer for life. Overall, watch value and volume are down, but ladies' watches over 500 are faring slightly better at plus 0.6%. With Statista predicting the UK watch market could generate 2 billion in 24, we'll closely monitor this sector. Key trends for me: oversized chain layering, personalisation, statement pieces and pearls. In bridal, the classic round brilliant will always be a staple. This might be paired with a unique wedding band for a touch of individuality. Fancy cuts such as the elongated oval and cushion could trend alongside emerald and radiance. From a setting perspective, we might see a rise in the bezel set as brides seek out a more minimalistic look. There are many ways that you can help drive consumers into your store over the next few months, and I hope I've given you a few tips to help your golden quarter be a successful one. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you might have now or over the weekend. So all that's left for me to say is thank you for listening.